I'm Julia. I am an architect. I immigrated to the United States 22 years ago, and I've been practicing architecture ever since. But before that, I studied applied mathematics for 6 years. And in mathematics, half the problem is to state the problem. Because once you stated the mathematical problem, a theoretical problem, that's not a question if it's going to be solved. The question is when.
There you go.
Because people would keep attempting to solve it, and I think what People Unlimited, what we're doing right now is very important because we're stating a problem for all society to solve.
Exactly. Yeah.
And to look for similar problems that's been solved recently, we can look at infectious disease.
Yeah.
Because we all were born, this problem was already solved for us.
That's right. Yeah.
We didn't need to bother, we didn't need to struggle, right? We were born, solution was already there.
Yeah.
And solution is, it's not the curing the disease, because most of the infectious disease up to this day incurable. And we just agree to live with that. But preventing the disease is the solution.
Right.
And half of the preventing the disease is the therapy, the vaccination. And the other half is the hygiene. So when COVID came up just a few years ago, compare how much money, how much resources went into curing COVID compared to how much went into stopping it from spreading. And it was obvious, nobody ever questioned it. And if you compare it to, let's say, cancer, and look how much money goes to curing cancer and how much goes to preventing it.
Yeah.
Who said it's the right proportion? Who made this decision? We already have another problem solved for us that clearly states you have to focus on the prevention. So why are we spending our money, our resources, our taxpayers' money for curing the disease that's never going to be cured? We need to focus on the prevention. And as an architect, I'm, of course, interested in architecture and design. And if you look at the modern home that you would buy or sell, it's typically 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, right? And do we need that? No, it's just forced on us, right, by real estate market and financial institutions. That's what you get. And in that home, you have a bathroom, and you have a kitchen, and you have a toilet, and a sink, and a refrigerator, and a stove. And all that is to work with prevention of infectious disease. That's how much money, that's how large portion of real estate we're spending on that. And we have a water and a sewer, and nobody's questioning if it needs to spend money on that or not. Right? It's just there. Yeah. But if we look at disease of aging, what is our sewer? What is our fresh water? What do we need in our homes?
Right.
We need as large well room as we have bathroom and kitchen. And what is in this well room?
That's right.
And I'm personally interested in study and research what that could be and how would that look like. And in architecture, in the past few years, there is a movement towards longevity, and there is a system of how to make your house healthier or your office healthier. And there is a rating that's called WELL. So you can actually do WELL space. And I would compare it to like food pyramid, right, which like FDA approved. So there's nothing alternative there, but it's pretty much well-organized system how to create your space healthier. And even that, it's very hard to implement. I was just a few weeks ago in Washington for the conference, for WELL conference, and I talked to one lady, and she said, oh, my client is a hospital, and they really wanted to do health WELL rating, but they couldn't because WELL does not allow you to have a fast food. And our hospital has a McDonald's on the first floor. Wow. And we could not let go of McDonald's. So we opted out of WELL.
Wow.
It's terrible, really. But Some organizations still go after. One of the biggest projects recently who achieved the WELL rating was San Francisco Airport, Harvey Milk Terminal, the new terminal, is WELL rated. And one of my biggest clients is Los Angeles Airport. They're also considering to do WELL rating for some of the new terminals. And I hope with that we can advertise ideas. They can go beyond just standard WELL in the space. And one of the biggest inspirations that changed me, and the reason I start looking into wellness and longevity, is the book called Blue Zones. And the subsequent book, Blue Zone of Happiness. And they both talking about, they talk about how to, what does it take? Why some people live longer? What is special about the communities that live longer? And what they both mention as a number one reason is the community. Is the place where people come together and they can socialize. And if we look at the history of humanity, originally the community used to be up to 144 people approximately, which is one person can be friends with about 12 people, because you can be in touch like on daily or weekly with 12 people, be close. And these 12 people can be in touch with 12 people. So you get 144 people. You can more or less know what's happening in their lives, know their names, know how they are. And there was a community. And in no time, the tribe, if it gets bigger, they would split and half would move forward and half would stay. And that's how old-time communities migrated through the world. And if you study modern business models, it's also recommended that the best size for the company is up to 144 people, whether it's architectural office or factory, because if it gets bigger, people don't associate with a label anymore, with a brand. So you have to move and have a new branch. And I really love the size. And I started thinking that the smallest connection you can make it two people, you and one other person. And the largest is probably you can know is 144. So how do we make a space that any size of group can feel comfortable? And I think it perfectly matches the golden proportions of Fibonacci numbers, which goes 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 89, and 144. So I'm interested to research how to create a space, whether it will be home or office or place like this, where people can come and socialize in all the size groups. Because from these books I've learned that the best if you have between 4 and 6 hours a day of socializing. And you have to socialize in all the sizes every day to be happy and to live longer. And I want to say, so this community, this is not to get together and talk about longevity, talk about future. I believe this is essential part of longevity. And I'm really thankful for being here. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, guys.